interesting interviews, and friendly conversation from two guys that go together like Scooby and Shaggy. Mike Will and Tyson Havronic.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. We made it through another week here. It's a Friday, the 29th day of May for 2026. Mike Will, Tyson Havronic, ready to start your day the right way. All of your news, weather, and sports that you need to get out the door here this morning. If we're a little groggy, you'll have to excuse us a little bit. The Nebraska softball team went into extra innings last night. They finally pulled it off, a two-run walk-off homer in the bottom of the 10th inning as Nebraska beat Arkansas in the College World Series last night by a score of 5-3. So the Huskers will move on to the winner's bracket game. They're going to face Alabama tomorrow night in the College World Series in Oklahoma City. They'll play that ball game at 6 o'clock, a game you'll be able to see on ESPN. The Nebraska baseball team scheduled to play the Lincoln Regional, their first game today against South Dakota State. We'll talk about that coming up. Hastings College golfer Henry Kosmicki has been named an NAIA third-team All-American. Some exciting results at the state golf tournaments yesterday. Hastings Sodbusters lost to the Grand Island Fightin' Cranes for the second consecutive night. American Legion baseball season scheduled to get going tonight, and the NBA and NHL playoffs continuing. Plus, Jim Sliker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network is expected to join us somewhere around 7:30 this morning to talk some ponies. So all that and more is coming up as you wake up and get going for a Friday. Is it maybe a double dose of coffee for you in the Western Studios this morning?
Dude, I don't even know what it's going to take to make it to 3 p.m. This is like Big Red late night times 2. Second weekend in a row. We've got the past midnight finish, and it was a hell of a finish last night for the Huskers as they battled back, got behind early. Jordy Fromm gives up the home run, but Nebraska doesn't lose the fight. They keep battling and find a way. The Hannah Core game-tying home run, that was a hell of a swing. She has been the best hitter for Nebraska during the postseason, and I will not hear an argument. And then super happy for Ava to be able to launch one over the fence and give the Huskers the victory. And we move on. We play Saturday, and I told you, this is going to be tight. We're going to have these games that go down to the wire, and I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't the last extra innings affair we see. And we saw it with, I think, games 2, 3, and 4. Texas Tech, they flexed in that first game against newcomer to the College World Series, Mississippi State. But games 2, 3, and 4 were exciting, and we're tight softball, and that's what we're going to see.
Nebraska now 52-6 on the season. They are riding a 27-game winning streak to 52 wins, ties the program record for the most wins in a season. The game marked Nebraska's first win of the College World Series since 2002 and the first College World Series opening round win since 1987. So it's been a while since Nebraska has won at the College World Series. We pulled it off last night with a 5-3 win over Arkansas. Again, Nebraska will play Alabama tomorrow night at 6. The other winner's bracket game will be at 2 tomorrow afternoon. That'll be on ABC. That will pit Texas Tech against Tennessee. The elimination games will be played today in Oklahoma City. Texas will play Mississippi State at 6 tonight on ESPN, followed by UCLA against Arkansas at 8:30. So we get the Huskers softball team off to a good start. And now the Nebraska baseball team. We've got the Lincoln Regional getting started today at Haymarket Park. Huskers 42-15 of the season. They're going to play South Dakota State. The Jackrabbits are at 24-31. Nebraska beat South Dakota State 5-4 earlier this season. First pitch is going to be at 3 today on ESPN Plus. That's where you find the Huskers today on ESPN Plus. Then the other game in the Lincoln Regional will have Ole Miss playing Arizona State. That will be at 8 o'clock tonight, and you'll be able to see that on ESPN2. I was reading there's 5 players from Nebraska on the roster for South Dakota State. So, it's like they're coming home to play in front of the big house and all the fans there in Lincoln. 5 players from Nebraska are on the roster for South Dakota State.
Yeah, and that was a close battle when we saw them earlier. It was one of those midweek games. You know how much I love those, baby. But yeah, 5-4 victory over the Jackrabbits. So hopefully we get a good pitching performance. I'm telling you, the offense is going to be fine. The strength of this team, or the pivotal point for this team in the postseason is going to be, can the pitching hold up? Can the bullpen get you late into games and get you quality innings? And I think it's going to be one of those where, dude, you walk 2 guys, you're not throwing strikes. You got to get a quick hook. And we got to find some pitching to get us through. The offensive numbers have just been insane in college baseball this season. So we know Arizona State's going to come out and swing it, right? We know that South Dakota State took us down to 1 run, so they're coming in with a little bit of confidence. This isn't your typical 1-4 matchup. This isn't your typical regional. 3 ranked teams. Ole Miss in there as well. I think if I'm going to sit here and peg a favorite, and it's going to not be something y'all want to hear, but I think Arizona State's probably the better team on paper in this regional, but I still, that doesn't say that we can't take the fight to them. So we'll see how it all shakes out, but you got to put yourself in the driver's seat. You don't want to lose this first one. It's so hard to come up through on the double elimination side when you take that first loss. So I want to see us have a good performance today, get off to a good start, and figure it out, as they say.
Yeah, the winner of the Lincoln Regional will move on to the Super Regionals next week. We'll keep our eyes on the Auburn Regional. That's who we're paired up against. So it'll be the winner of the Lincoln Regional against the winner of the Auburn Regional in the Super Regionals coming up next week.
That's another tough one, by the way. The another tough regional is down there in Auburn. They got Auburn, NC State, Central Florida. NC State has been so good the last couple of years in baseball. They've had a little bit of a dip this year, but it's one of those teams, dude. It's NC State in the postseason, and so that always kind of scares me a little bit. So I'll be curious to see on that Auburn regional. My gut inclination, and it was my gut inclination way early in the season when I said, hey, we're going to see Auburn in a super regional. And I threw that out into the baseball universe, and it is currently on a collision course to happen. But I could also easily see NC State and Arizona State playing in a super regional coming out of those pods. But yeah, ideally, yeah, we'd love to see Nebraska Auburn. I want that rematch. I think that was such a fun atmosphere, at least for game 1. We stunk it up in games 2 and 3, but I'd love another shot at the Auburn Tigers.
All right, so all the baseball regionals will get underway today in the NCAA tournament. 402-834-1330 is our number if you'd like to chime in with us here today. Discuss something on your mind or something we've already talked about. That's the Hamilton Telecommunications fan line, 402-834-1330. If you'd like to leave us a message on our social media sites, we're monitoring those comments as well. Just got a text message. Breaking news here this morning. One of our favorite restaurants in Omaha is closing down. The restaurant I took you to last year for the first time is closing down.
You can say it. They have wings.
Yeah, they got wings. Hooters.
No.
Hooters in La Vista is closing down.
Damn.
There's still a Hooters, though, over in Council Bluffs. But the La Vista location was the newest location for Hooters in Omaha. And we have frequented the place a lot It's just much easier to get to than the Council Bluffs Hooters. We have been at Hooters in La Vista many a times. But they're closing their doors. So it's a few extra miles. We'll have to make a trip across the river over to Council Bluffs.
Rerouting.
You've never been there before.
No.
Never been.
I mean, I've been to Council Bluffs, but
I haven't taken you to the Hooters in Council Bluffs.
No.
Maybe on our next trip to Omaha.
You know how much I love road trips, so that's not a shocker. So
yeah, that's just breaking news.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Me earlier today. Here's something I want to get your thoughts on.
Sure.
Major League Baseball owners have proposed a hard salary cap to players as part of their next CBA. The first firm cap proposal since 1994. Under the proposal presented at a meeting with union officials, each team would need to maintain a payroll of at least $171.2 million without exceeding $245.3 million starting in 2027. That includes player benefits, just as it does under the current competitive balanced tax system. Now, if the sides can't negotiate a new CBA before the current deal expires on December the 1st, owners are likely to lock out the players until a new deal is in place. So it looks like Major League Baseball is finally headed to a salary cap idea, much like the NFL. $171.2 million at the bottom of the scale, $245.3 million at the top of the scale. I think this is probably long overdue, isn't it?
What do we got going on? Ryan Martin on the phone line with us, and we'll get Ryan's thoughts here in a second. Is it long overdue? Yeah. Is it likely to be implemented without a labor stoppage? No. This is baseball. We're going to get it in this year. You've got way too many things in play. Like, take, for instance, the Shohei Ohtani contract, okay? So the Dodgers have basically locked him up through 2000, God knows, whatever year, and there was all that back pay that's going to come into play. And so then currently, Shohei Ohtani's contract is over the hard cap. And so that's just one player, and that's your megastar. So is it long overdue? Sure. Are they going to have to adjust that hard cap? Absolutely. Are they going to have to pay a little more as the owners? Absolutely. I don't think this is going to be the end of it. And this 2026 season, going into October, it's going to be a long labor talk that may, and I'm just putting it out there, may disrupt the 2028 season. So, anyways, Ryan Martin is on the line with us. Let's not keep him waiting any longer. Ryan, good morning. Happy Friday.
Good morning. Happy Friday, as we say at school. Happy Friday.
What's on your mind, my man?
Well, first of all, I got good news for you guys. I got a new wing place for you in Omaha.
What's that?
I go to Omaha a lot 'cause my in-laws live there. And Hooters, it closed down. Yes, that's fine. But you need to go to Oscars. That's where the wings are. Oscars. Have you ever been there?
Oscars. No.
We haven't. No.
It is in northwest Omaha. It's kind of, I think there's a restaurant over there called Twin Peaks, which is similar to Hooters. But it's in a plaza strip across the parking lot from Twin Peaks. It's kind of a hidden little restaurant, but they have char-buffed wings where they make their wings and they throw them on the grill, buff them up a little bit, and they're awesome. Every time I go to Omaha, I hit up Oscars. So there's a new wing place for you.
Oscars, popular
Oscars.
wing spot.
Yep, put it on our agenda.
173rd and West
There you
Center.
go.
There it is.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
Is there
Yep.
one particular wing sauce that maybe we should try at Oscars?
Oh, God, that looks great.
All I do, I don't even get sauce. I just get the char-buffed wings and
What?
some ranch dip, and I'm good. but you can get sauces, I'm sure, if you want to. But I don't need them. They're that good.
All right.
Wow.
And hey, Tyson, I just want to let you know you did a great job. Job well done on the first night of the Sodbusters game.
Oh, appreciate you.
I love the big yellow hats. I love the big yellow hat. It inspired me to actually buy a Sodbusters hat.
Let's go.
Although
Walk
I
and
didn't get a
talk
yellow
merch.
one, I got a green one. That's right. And hey, also your games. The games during the innings were great. My favorite one was the green and yellow Woodward's recycling bin,
Yes.
where they throw the baseballs into it. That's brilliant, man. Woodward's recycling bins have the same colors as the Sodbusters. Great job on that. Did
And
you
then
open that up?
no, that was the GM's idea, and it was a great one. And it was really cool to see Vic. I thought he had some pretty good skills as a if this baseball thing doesn't work out for Coach Rojas, I think the way he was scooping up those baseballs and throwing them into the bins, he could have a future here in Hastings still. So, but that was a lot of fun. I do got to ask you, since you're on the line. I know that we're geeking up and talking about Nebraska's regional today. You've got the Lawrence regional, and
Yep.
this is some good baseball, man. Like I look at the competitive fields, and I think Lawrence also has one of the more competitive regional fields in there, even with like a sneaky 3 seed in Missouri State. What's your confidence level heading into the postseason for your Jayhawks?
Well, to be honest, I don't have a lot of confidence in them just because they didn't finish off the year very strong, and they aren't basketball. So there's that. But they did fine in the regular season. They won the Big 12 regular season just barely. I mean, they got swept at the end in the regular games. They got swept by West Virginia at home. But luckily we went out west and beat a couple teams I think we clinched it by 1 or 2 games. But we did finish off strong in the tournament and won the tournament. It'll be tough. I think we can handle Northeastern today at noon on ESPN Plus. But I'm afraid we're gonna run into Arkansas, and Arkansas has a great history in this big tournament, and it's gonna be a tough battle against Arkansas. But I think it's going to be an awesome atmosphere in Lawrence. I think the place is already sold out. In fact, they have a little chain link fence in the corner of the outfield where there's a park behind the ballpark, and they're calling that the backyard, and it's standing room only, and there's going to be a lot of fans out there too. So I think it's going to be an awesome atmosphere in Lawrence for sure. But Arkansas is going to be the juggernaut to try to beat if we can advance to them.
Should be a lot of fun today in Lawrence. Should be a lot of fun for any college baseball fan out there. There's 3 guys that I follow for college baseball, and they picked 3 different winners for the Lawrence regional. So yeah, expect it to be competitive. Expect it to be a lot of fun. Ryan, anything else on your mind? Thanks for calling in, man.
No, I don't think so. It's an awesome time right now for Nebraska softball and Nebraska baseball and Kansas baseball, and so a lot for me to look forward to anyway, and just looking forward to the summer and going to a lot more Sodbusters games and seeing your work with your new position there and having a good old time at Duncan Field. So,
all right, Ryan, appreciate you calling in. Have a great weekend, sir.
All right, you too, guys. See ya.
All right. Ryan Martin.
Got a wing spot.
Oscars. Did you already look it up?
Dude, I looked it up. I was I Facebook stalked him a little bit. Those wings look bomb. I don't know if I could do the non-sauce. That's a little.
Yeah, we gotta have the sauce, the gooey sauce. So
yeah, Ryan Martin might be on an island there.
Yeah.
With just plain wings.
I'd like to have wing sauce all over my mug like a 2-year-old.
I need a roll of paper towels.
Oh, so do I.
Give me a roll, and that's the only way you eat wings.
Yeah, I've got to have slop all over my face. In fact, I'm heading into Omaha this weekend. I might have to.
There you go, Oscars.
I might have to try it out.
Put it
heading
in
into Omaha this weekend. So
put it in your GPS.
The La Vista location for Hooters. Breaking news this morning: they're closing down permanently.
Mike needs new wing spots.
There's still a Hooters restaurant over in Council Bluffs, but Ryan Martin has chimed in. We need to try out Oscars. God, we're giving them a free plug. Maybe we can get a free meal out of them. We'll talk about it when we go to Oscars. Maybe we can get a free meal out of them.
Stop from free meals. Get a sponsorship.
Yeah, we'll get a sponsorship and go along with our free meals. That could be our new stopping point.
A lot of people go to Omaha that listen to this show.
Well, it's a stopping point for us, too. We go to Iowa a lot.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why we kind of adopted Hooters, because it's easy to get to right there at La Vista.
Oh, is that why you adopted Hooters?
Well, that's why I adopted the La Vista location. It's a lot easier to get to than the Des Moines one, or not Des Moines, but Council Bluffs. So when we buzzed down the interstate, we just pull off, and we're back on the interstate, and off we go. We go home. Mm-hmm. The Council Bluffs one is a little tougher to get to.
It was super convenient.
If we find Oscars to be convenient, that could be a new location for us. Well, I'll have to check it out. Anyway, thanks for the heads up there, Ryan Martin. 402-834-1330 is our telephone number. If you'd like to chime in with us here, like Ryan did, leave a message on our social media sites. We'll get to that as well. We'll get to the NBA playoffs. Last night, San Antonio, they stayed alive. They beat Oklahoma City last night by a score of 118-91. So the Western Conference Finals are now tied at 3 games apiece. Game 7 is coming up on Saturday in Oklahoma City. The winner will move on to the NBA Championship Series, the finals, and they'll face the New York Knicks in the finals. But again, San Antonio stayed alive last night, knocking off Oklahoma City 118-91.
But now they go to OKC. And yep. OKC is a fortress in the postseason. Like, isn't it some 7-1 or something like that in Game 7s for Oklahoma City? Or I don't want to say Game 7s, deciding games, I think, in OKC.
Yeah, it's tough.
They're like 7-1. I was watching Scott Van Pelt last night after the softball wrapped up. And
God, what time did you get to bed?
I don't know, like 2.
What?
Yeah, more or less.
2:00 you went to bed?
Well, I had a lot of adrenaline, man. I was pumped up about the Nebraska softball game.
So
I'm one of those guys, like, I can't get hyped up about a walk-off home run and get all that energy, and then all of a sudden just be like, okay, well, time to go to bed. No, I don't operate like that.
No wonder I got a text message. You might want to give me a wake-up call.
Just in case.
Just in case?
Just in case.
I didn't have to do that.
No.
Which I was really surprised.
Me too.
So you went to bed at 2 a.m. and you got up like at 6:45?
Them's the shows.
God.
Them's the dedication.
So,
anyways, on the ice tonight, I will slide in and actually get to the ice. Carolina, they are home. Back from Montreal with an opportunity to close out the Eastern Conference Finals and get set for a Vegas-Carolina series, which would be a dandy of a spectacle to watch. I'm cheering hard for Carolina. They face off at 7 p.m. tonight on TNT. But I'll probably be watching college baseball.
So, yep, NHL playoffs are continuing as we go to the wire in both the NBA and the NHL. 7:24, you're waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. It's Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Expect to hear from Jim Sliker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network here shortly. So let's get to a news break. Good morning from Extreme Sports.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Well, federal regulators have paused a review of the proposed merger between Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern, a deal that would create the nation's first coast-to-coast freight railroad. Surface Transportation Board says it needs more info before moving forward with environmental and completion reviews. The proposed $85 billion merger has drawn oppositions from business groups, labor unions, and rival railroads concerned about reduced competition and higher shipping costs. UP says it will work with regulators as the review process continues. into next year. Meanwhile, a new poll shows Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen in a much tighter race than expected heading into November's general election. The survey shows that Pillen leads Democratic candidate Lynn Walls by just 2 points at 47 to 45%. That is within the poll's margin of error. Walls' campaign says the numbers reflect growing voter frustration over issues like affordability and state leadership, while Pillen's campaign dismisses the poll, calling it partisan and unrepresentative of the broader electorate. It is 7:25. Let's head over to the East Side Studios. Mike, what's going on in sports?
Sports Today brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill. You can check them out at bamboospa.website or on Facebook. Hannah Core hit a game-tying home run in the 8th inning, and Ava Kuzik hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 10th to give Nebraska a 5-3 win over Arkansas last night in the first round of the College World Series in Oklahoma City. Nebraska now 52-6 on the season. They've got a 27-game winning streak. The 52 wins ties the program record for the most wins in a season. The game marked Nebraska's first win in the College World Series since 2002 and the first College World Series opening round win since 1987. Jordy Fromm earned the win in the circle. She threw 133 pitches across all 10 innings and allowed only 8 hits and 3 runs. She struck out 9 batters and walked only 1. Nebraska will face Alabama in a winner's bracket game on Saturday beginning at 6 on ESPN. The Crimson Tide beat UCLA yesterday 6-3. In the other games, Tennessee defeated Texas 6-3, and Texas Tech shut out Mississippi State 8-0. So in the elimination games today, Texas will play Mississippi State at 6 on ESPN, followed by UCLA against Arkansas at 8:30. In the winners bracket games on Saturday, Texas Tech will play Tennessee at 2 on ABC, followed by Nebraska against Alabama at 6 on ESPN. And the Nebraska baseball team will play South Dakota State today in the first round of the Lincoln Regional. The Huskers are 42-15 in the season. The Jackrabbits are 24-31. Nebraska beat South Dakota State 5-4 earlier this season. First pitch will be at 3 on ESPN Plus. In the other game, Ole Miss will play Arizona State at 8 o'clock tonight on ESPN2. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:28 on Extreme Sports.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Scattered thunderstorms likely today, otherwise cloudy skies expected. High of 74, southeast winds 8 to 15 miles per hour. Chance for scattered storms again tonight, lows level off around 59, cloudy skies expected. Chance for scattered thunderstorms tomorrow. High of 82, cloudy skies expected. Mid-80s Sunday and Monday with a chance for scattered thunderstorms Sunday. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Schrabley.
Currently in Hastings, cloudy skies 64 with winds out of the southeast at 9 miles per hour on Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
I'm John Butler, funeral director and owner at Livingston Butler Volland Funeral Home and Cremation Center in Hastings.
And I'm Nikki Butler, the Advanced Funeral Planning Specialist. Whether you choose a traditional service, cremation, or a unique memorial service, Our experienced staff is here to help guide you through every step. Visit us at lbvfh.com to learn more about our services and how we can support you.
Livingston Butler Volun's Funeral Home and Cremation Center. We are here when your need is greatest.
Hamilton has been providing IT solutions for businesses across the state of Nebraska for more than 3 decades. We know that Nebraska businesses are a driving force of support for the communities in which we live and work. We keep them connected and protected by delivering cybersecurity, hosted phones, and managed IT. We are grateful to be part of our Nebraska communities and to support their technology needs.
More information at Hamilton is Business.
This summer, baseball lives on Extreme Sports. Extreme Sports is your exclusive home for American Legion Baseball, bringing you every big moment from Hastings 5 Points Bank, Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes, and Hastings Runza. From the first pitch of the regular season to the intensity of the postseason, we've got it all covered. Every game, every inning, every highlight. Don't miss a single thing this summer. American Legion Baseball lives right here on Extreme Sports.
Yeah, we'll begin our American Legion Baseball coverage on Tuesday as Columbus will be in town to take on Hastings. The juniors game will be at 5 o'clock on Tuesday. The seniors game will be at 7:30. We'll have both games here on Extreme Sports, beginning with the pregame at about, 4:45 on Tuesday night. Just trying to get to some of the social media comments. Don is chiming in. I concur that Oscars has great wings. Don't look for Twin Peaks, though, because that was nearby. It's now a breakfast place.
They went toes up, too, I think.
They went toes up in that area of Omaha. So it looks like a couple of votes for Oscars. You and I need to head to Omaha to visit Oscars, but don't look for Twin Peaks. It's a breakfast joint now. KK's chiming in. Naked wings are best.
No.
She's on an island there.
No,
because you and I,
she's on Ryan Martin Island.
Yeah. We like the sauce and have it all over our face.
Nah, nothing better than sauces.
With a big roll of paper towels. 7:33, waking up with Mike and Tyson this morning. It's a huddle up on Extreme Sports. It's a Friday, and you know what that means.
There, that's the boat. Now they're moving in the gate.
In the Kentucky Derby, and Barbaro is running away. It's Edgar Prado aboard, and Barbaro is going to win this Derby by 6 lengths. Bluegrass had second. From far back, Steppenwolf came on to be third.
Friday, and you know what that means. We'd like to talk ponies each and every Friday with Jim Slacker of the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. Jimmy, good morning. It's been a while. We missed you last week because of our Memorial Day holiday weekend broadcast schedule, or lack of, because we weren't here last Friday. But welcome back to the show, my man.
Well, welcome, and yeah, we're all kind of. I'm with Tyson. We're just kind of getting organized here after a long night of watching Nebraska softball. Kind of in a food coma, as me and Tyson discussed last night. The nervous eating, watching them play.
Nervous eating, nervous drinking, nervous beverages that were had. Yeah, there was a lot of nerves. It was so up and down. It was a roller coaster ride all throughout, which is just kind of like the Nebraska Thoroughbred racing, where you could be up in the backstretch and getting all really excited, and next thing you know, it's back and forth, neck and neck as they come down home stretch. Let's talk some Nebraska Thoroughbred racing, Jimmy, and Legacy Downs so far in Lincoln. We were gone for the Memorial Day weekend holiday. How has crowds been filing in there in the capital city?
Crowds have been pretty good. We had to compete against not only Nebraska softball, but Nebraska baseball. And so crowds have been good, but I expect to see a lot better crowd out here this weekend as we'll have some openings without softball and baseball going on right here local too.
Any surprises out of the Lincoln meet so far, Jimmy, either with the jockeys or what you have seen in the first couple of weeks of racing in Lincoln?
Well, we've seen some very competitive racing. In the jockey standings, Jose Medina had a fantastic opening weekend. Not too bad last week. Last week was a little more even. But in the trainer standings, we've seen Marvin Johnson start to pull away. Marvin had just a barn burner of a week last week. He got photoed out of a couple races, but he still had back-to-back wins on Saturday, had a real good Sunday, and looking for more good racing this weekend out of both those guys.
Well, this weekend, Saturday, Sunday racing action. Saturday, Jimmy, highlighted by the Legacy Downs Derby, and this has got some of our favorites that we saw at Fauner Park with It's Not My Problem and Big and Slow, but we're shipping in somebody here from Louisiana who has caught your eye, and in Cardinal Cushing.
Yeah, Cardinal Cushing has caught my eye. This year, horse comes in, Bonnie Berzer, and that is Kevin Roman. We all know the jockey that led Fauner Park for years. That's his mother-in-law that trains that horse. She normally trains over in Iowa. She shipped this horse over for this race. She's not going to ship a horse over here that she doesn't think has a chance to win. And this horse needs to grow. It has some maturity issues. It's been off for 3 months now. I think that gave it a good time for them to school it a bunch, and I really look for big things out of Cardinal Cushing. But it is going to be a tough race, and It's Not My Problem. That's a Nebraska bred that could stir the waters in here. I really look for that one to have a good outing today or Saturday as well.
All right, put her on the table here, Jimmy. Where we're going to win some money. What's your best bet? What's your long shot of the day for the card on Saturday in Lincoln?
Well, Saturday I'm going to look to race 4 and number 2, Mota. Mota he won his last 2 outs and done it in gate-to-wire fashion, which that should help with the speed bias that we've seen on the track. Now they are talking a little rain, and I don't think that'll even hurt Mota. So, we also put Jose Medina on him, and that's not going to hurt him at all. That Jose will get him out of the gate, and I look for Mota to run a bang-up race. Might not get some big odds on that, but if you want big odds, we're going to have to go to race 6 in Club Mesquite. Jeff Schindler, the trainer, he's been pretty hot of late. He's winning at over 50%, and we put Jose Medina on him. You put those two together, they're winning at 38%. He's been on the board 4 or 5 starts, and I look for this one to upset the field there on Saturday.
Again, Jim Schleicher for the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network joining us here this morning on Huddle Up. You can check out the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network via Facebook. It is a Facebook group where you can find all the insights and all the horse racing news here for the state of Nebraska. Before we flip to Sunday's card and preview that at Legacy Downs, I want to focus in on the second race. We've got a hard luck loser that's got a lot of new going for him, and I'm curious if a lot of new is going to help out my horse, Oregon County. I have been playing this horse and just been coming up short. He drops down a class. He gets a new barn. All of these factors. Do you think that that's going to benefit Oregon County on race day on Saturday?
I do think so. I mean, trainer-wise, it's kind of a straight across the board. He's not losing anything there with going with Jerry Gorno, who claimed that horse last time out. And, you don't see too many trainers that are going to drop in and claim a 9-year-old horse. So Jerry knows that there feels like he can make some money off of this horse. So Oregon County, he is my pick in the race. He's not as good as he was last year when he flicked off 6 wins in a row, but I do think he's getting back into form, and he'll run a bang-up race tomorrow as well.
All right, what about the Sunday card? Anything pop up on Sunday that catches your eye?
Sunday's whole card catches my eye. That if you're going to go out to the races just one day this week, I suggest you go out on Sunday. Sunday is the Legacy Downs Oaks for 3-year-old fillies. That's going to be a bang-up race, and something that really has caught my eye is we've got a Nebraska bred that's undefeated running in that race, going against some pretty good quality horses. There's one that won the Iowa Sorority Stakes last year. That was a $100,000 race, and so that one ships over here to go against PR Stitch. Now, PR Stitch started at Fonder Park. It's 3 for 3. This is going to be a big test for this horse, and it's owned by Judy Pryor out of Omaha, Nebraska, trained by Marvin Johnson. We'll have Travis Cunningham aboard. Like I said, I think this is a very, very interesting race, and we're going to find out a lot about how strong the Nebraska breds are at this point in that race.
What's the biggest competition for PR Stitch in the Legacy Downs?
Well, there's a couple of them, and I'm going to totally go against my normal backing on this. I do think PR Stitch is the horse to beat. But if you look at the form, they're going to say that a horse by the name of Page. Page comes in. It's only run 2 races. It broke its maiden last time at Turf Paradise. The times were pretty good that it run. But when I start looking back at that horse, I don't see a lot of quality of what he beat. But now you start looking at what the odds makers have done, and they say, well, gee, 4-1 starting odds. But yet that horse has the highest speed ratings, has the highest power ratings. And, I mean, we're not talking by just 1 or 2 points. We're talking over 20 points, which is huge. But I don't know. I just don't think that Page is going to have it in him. So, and then another one that comes in is Somavia, and Somavia, I think, is probably the better of the 2 horses there between Page. So unless that, I'm gonna buck the system here, and I'm gonna go with the Nebraska bred in here.
Sometimes you got to go with your gut, Jimmy. Throw all the stats and all the systems away. Sometimes you just got to go with a gut feeling when you bet ponies.
Well, generally, if I see a 23-point power rating difference between first and second, that's going to signify what should be a pretty easy win. When you see that big a disparity there. But like I said, I don't think that they're giving the Nebraska tracks in that situation much credence, and I really think that this here is a quality horse. They debated on whether to run him here or take him over to Iowa and run him in $100,000 stakes over there. So they've decided to keep PR Stitch local at this point. You don't want to take a young horse and break them down mentally and have a bad race. So it's very important to keep it winning, and so that's what the connections have decided. They want to keep that momentum going and build some strength mentally in this horse. And I do think its next race, we'll probably see it over in Iowa in a stakes race if it runs good here.
Well, Jimmy, after all the excitement of the Legacy Downs Oaks, we then hang on one more race. We got to hang on one more race because that's when we can take the bank home. You've got your long shot in the 7th.
I do. I'm looking at when I saw you in the 7th race. It raced against mostly bottom maiden claimers. Had some very limited success, or maybe not success, but down in Louisiana. I do think that she was a favorite last out when she shipped up here. She showed absolutely nothing. This is one of them, too, that had a little mental game. It broke through the gate. That takes a lot out of a horse. When you see a horse break through the gate early and they've got to catch it, that's it. It's a mental game with the horse. They get worked up. If you get that worked up, it's hard to give your best on the track. So watch this horse. If it's acting well in the post parade, acting well right before the gate, I do think it warrants some money.
All right, Jim Sliker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network joining us for a couple of more minutes here this morning. You gave us the long shot on Sunday in Lincoln. Jimmy, what's the best bet? Where's the sure one out there?
Well, we're kind of bookending things. We went with the long shot in the last race, and let's go with the best bet in the first race. A horse called Holy Bayou. Should be able to go gate to wire. been the favorite about every time it runs, and it's found a way to lose. But I think it found a group here today that it can beat fairly easy. So let's bookend it. Let's make a little money in the first race and save some money going into the last couple of races, and bankroll that. Maybe you'll have a little to go to the casino with afterwards.
All right, there you go. Preview of the races coming up this weekend in Lincoln on Saturday and Sunday. You're a well-traveled man. Jimmy, you ever been to Oscars in Omaha?
I have not been to Oscars, but some of my friends rave about Oscars, so I think it's time that we all go down and we hit Oscars. And, horse races will be there in a couple of weeks, and it'll be a good opportunity to run over and check it out.
I'm thinking a live show, boys.
Yeah. Wonder what time they're open. Yeah. You have to.
I don't know. You talk about Twin Peaks. You talk about Hooters. I don't know. And then Ryan chimes in about naked wings. I don't know. Do all these things go together somehow?
Yeah, I love that. Jimmy, thanks for spending some time with us here today. Good luck at the races in Lincoln this weekend. We'll catch you back here again next week.
Yeah, be glad to catch you next week. Next week is the Belmont Stakes. There's 10 horses currently looking to enter that race. We'll see some very good ones coming back. Chief Wallaby, Emerging Market, the Derby winner Golden Tempo. We'll also see Renegade come back. That's shaping up to be a really good race. And I'd like to throw one other thing out. If you're looking to follow some Nebraska connections this week, Dave Van Winkle used to be trainer at Bonner Park. He's a Nebraska native. He's training a horse called Madhouse that run in the Breeders' Cup Sprint last year. Didn't do that well in there, but that horse is running over in Churchill. It'll be in the Airstride Stakes, a $275,000 stakes. It just won the $500,000 King Cotton Stakes down in Oaklawn. They're back on track to get this horse back to the Breeders' Cup this year, and if it continues like it has been, we should see a Nebraska native training at the Breeders' Cup again this year.
Outstanding.
All right, Jimmy, good stuff. Yeah, good stuff there. Have yourself a great weekend, Jimmy. We'll talk to you again next week.
Well, it sounds great, and let's get that trip lined up to go to Oscars.
Jeez. Here we go. Jim Slacker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network. He joins us each and every Friday to talk ponies and whatever else is on his mind. Obviously, wings are on our mind here this morning.
Chief's chiming in about wings. Chief says the Chief is in. We're going to Oscars to get breakfast wings and Bloody Marys.
God, I wonder what time they open.
If we called ahead, we called ahead for an hour promotional podcast.
At 7 a.m.?
At 7 a.m. An hour free promotion. All you got to do is give us some Bloody Marys and some wings. I bet they could make that happen.
I'm in Omaha this weekend. Maybe I'll stop by.
You get it lined up.
All right, 7:48, waking up with Mike and Tyson. This is Huddle Up on Extreme Sports. Again, we talked softball. Nebraska picking up a big win last night. Ava Kuzek had a 2-run homer, bottom of the 10th inning, a walk-off win for the Huskers as he beat Arkansas 5-3 in the first round of the College World Series last night. Husker head coach Rhonda Ravel talked about the game following the contest last night.
First of all, I just thought it was an incredibly hard-fought battle. It was two teams out there playing to win, and nobody gave an inch. It was back and forth the whole night long. So a tip of the hat to Arkansas. They came out here, they battled, we battled. We just, I said earlier in the week, I thought it was going to be the team. We're so razor thin in the margins of when you look at our statistics. It was going to be one team made one more execution, and that's exactly how it played out.
Again, Ava Kuzek had a 10th inning 2-run homer to win it for the Huskers.
I feel like I took a couple steps because it felt good off the bat, but I wasn't sure. And then I just threw my hands up hoping it was going out. And then I think the tears started coming around third, just seeing all of these girls just absolutely screaming. And I was like, there's just no way that just happened.
Kuzek had been 0 for 4 at the plate before she launched the game-winning hit.
I mean, I feel like just in practice, and even if it doesn't go well, you keep growing and you keep fighting and just keep making adjustments. Even just after every at-bat, I was learning, and I just had to keep telling myself, I'm learning, and just focus on my team and what needed to be done, and then continue to go on and just adjust.
Jordy Fromm earned the win in the circle for Nebraska. She threw 133 pitches across all 10 innings and allowed only 8 hits, 3 runs. She struck out 9 and walked only 1.
Yeah, it was a long game, and especially towards the end, it just became a matter of being in control of everything that I could be in control of. This team is insane. Literally, it could be anybody on any given day. Everybody in our lineup is made for the moment. And so as the pitcher, you're just like, all right, let's do what we can to let someone on this team be in the opportunity to be in the moment when they need to be. And tonight it was Hannah Kaur, tonight it was Ava Kuzak, it was Sammy Bland, it was Bella Bacon, it was base runners taking extra bases, 60 feet. So many people. Nat, I don't know how many balls got hit to left field. Everybody on our team was ready to be on the moment when they were called on. And so as a pitcher, your greatest responsibility is to just let that happen. Put the team in the position to be there.
The game marked Nebraska's first win in the College World Series since 2002 and the first College World Series opening round win since 1987. Nebraska now 52-6 on the season. They'll take on Alabama in the winners bracket ball game. That'll be at 6 o'clock tomorrow night on ESPN. Got the elimination games going today. Texas will play Mississippi State at 6 tonight on ESPN, followed by UCLA against Arkansas at 8:30. Waking up with Mike and Tyson here this morning. This is a Huddle Up on Extreme Sports at 7:52.
It's time for a morning news update on Extreme Sports.
Troopers with the Nebraska State Patrol have arrested one person after finding over 500 pounds of cocaine during a traffic stop on Interstate 80 on Wednesday. The car was pulled over, forget this, following a semi too closely. Hurry up, I gotta go, I'm in the left lane. I got 525 pounds of cocaine. That's what I would envision that happening. Anyways, it was pulled over following a semi too closely at mile marker 382. During the traffic stop, a canine detected the odor of a controlled substance coming from the vehicle. Troopers then searched the vehicle and, 525 pounds of cocaine and 9.3 grams of heroin were taken into evidence. The driver from California was arrested for possession of a controlled substance and thrown in the Seward County Jail. Meanwhile, in election news, a new poll shows that Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen is in a much tighter race than expected heading into the general election. The survey shows Pillen leading Democrat candidate Lynn Walls by just 2 points at 47-45. Walls' campaign says the numbers reflect growing voter frustration, while Pillen dismisses the poll, calling it partisan and unrepresentative of the broader electorate. It is coming up on 7:54. Back to the East Side Studios we go. Mike, what's going down in sports?
Well, sports today brought to you by Bamboo Mind and Body Spa of Hastings and Blue Hill, your 24-hour wellness center where members can access a variety of amenities on their own time. Hastings College golfer Henry Kosmicki has been named an NAIA third-team All-American. Kosmicki was named the GPAC Player of the Year earlier this year. He was also named to the All-GPAC First Team. He finished 43rd at the NAIA National Championships. Bergen Catholic beat Adams Central in a playoff yesterday to win the Class E State Golf Championship at the Indian Head Golf Course in Grand Island. Each team shot a 36-hole score of 591. Kearney Catholic finished third with a 600. Noah Malone of Kearney Catholic was the individual champion with a 139. Miles Smith of Sutton was second with a 141. Brinson Underwood and Braden Dyer of Adams Central tied for third with a 142. Jack Alberts of Grand Island Central Catholic was fifth with a 143. Red Cloud finished second in Class D. The Warriors finished with a team score of 677. Creighton won the title. They ran away with things, a 637. St. Cecilia was third with a 688. Lucas Armstrong of Red Cloud won the individual championship with a 145. Lincoln East won the team championship in Class A. Bennington won in Class B. Grand Island Fighting Cranes beat the Hastings Sodbusters 7-6 in 5 innings last night at Ryder Park in Grand Island. Game was called early because of the weather. Sodbusters now 0-2 in the season. They'll play in Salina tonight and tomorrow night. And the American Legion baseball season is scheduled to get underway tonight. Hastings 5 Points Bank will play in the Grand Island Hastings tournament this weekend. Hastings will play Lincoln Anderson Ford at 5 this afternoon at Duncan, followed by a game against the Wesco Zephyrs at 7:30. Hastings Johnson Imperial Homes will play in the Kearney tournament. That's a check in your sports headlines at 7:56 on Extreme Sports.
Here's a look at your weather forecast, powered by weatherology.com. Highs around 74 today, under overcast skies with a chance for scattered thunderstorms. Winds out of the southeast, 8 to 15 miles per hour. Chance for scattered storms tonight, 59. Chance for scattered storms tomorrow. Highs level off around 82, cloudy. Mid-80s Sunday and Monday with a chance for scattered storms Sunday. And that's your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley.
We've got southeast winds this morning at 9 miles per hour. It is cloudy. It is 64 in Hastings at Extreme Sports.
Accessible and affordable holistic care is just around the corner at Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center. Located at 208 South Burlington Avenue, Suite 101 in Hastings. At Bamboo Spa, we offer a range of therapies to help you unwind and recharge. Experience soothing massages, rejuvenating head spa scalp treatments, and our Advanced Glow 2 facials. Discover the healing power of ozone therapy and frequency healing. Become a member for exclusive 24-hour access to our therapeutic amenities, including the infrared sauna, hydro massage, and cryo lounge. Members enjoy 20% off all services and 10% off products in our non-toxic retail shop. Visit our Facebook page to learn more and book your appointment today. Bamboo Spa and Wellness Center, truly holistic care, designed for you.
You could sit at home this weekend, or you could be 350 feet above the North Loop River Valley with a glass of wine in hand. At Miletta Vista Winery, we've got the view, the food, and the wine to make the drive worth it. Lunch, dinner, or small plate appetizers, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. No stress, no rush, just a better way to spend your time. Miletta Vista Winery. Come and see what you've been missing. Miletta Vista Winery, St. Paul, Nebraska. Let us know you're coming. 308-754-4416.
Connet Auto Care is the trusted name in automotive repair and maintenance services in Hastings. We're a gold-certified Napa Auto Care Center. Our ASE-certified technicians have the Blue Seal of Excellence, receive continuous training, and are committed to providing the best service your vehicle can get. Whether it's preventative maintenance, major repairs, or just an oil change, Connet Auto Care is here for you.
Get ready for the ultimate trivia experience with Extreme Sports Trivia. Play from anywhere at home, on the go, or at your favorite bar or restaurant. Compete live against players from all over in real time, answering questions across categories like sports, pop culture, Marvel, and more. Want to see how you stack up? Track your progress with live leaderboard and aim for the top spot. It's free, fun, and super easy to play. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today at extremesports.com trivia and start playing now. And keep an eye out. We're coming soon to a bar or restaurant near you.
All right, Mike Will and Tyson and Veronica, we do a huddle up on Extreme Sports for this Friday. So again, Nebraska baseball this afternoon against South Dakota State. First round of the Lincoln Regional at Haymarket Park. Hopefully the weather doesn't get in the the way today. 3 o'clock starting time in Lincoln. You can catch it on ESPN Plus today. Then the second game will be at 8 o'clock tonight on ESPN2. That'll pit Ole Miss up against Arizona State. Nebraska softball, they win last night over Arkansas 5-3. So Nebraska will play again tomorrow night at 6 o'clock against Alabama on ESPN. The other winners bracket game, Tennessee against Texas Tech, 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon on ABC. You'll see the elimination games today on ESPN in the College World Series for the women. Texas, Mississippi State at 6, followed by UCLA against Arkansas at 8:30. So it sets the stage for what we're going to see for Nebraska baseball and softball for the weekend. Hopefully when we get back together again on Monday, we're talking about both those teams making a run. So
yes.
I didn't know if you just went away or
no.
You were sleeping over there.
I didn't know that we were still. Yeah. Hopefully, Big Red, go Big Red.
Maybe sleeping over there, catching a nap after staying up till 2 o'clock, watching Husker softball. So the Saudis, they're in Salina this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Friday and Saturday, they'll be back at home again next week. Legion baseball getting started. This is all weather permitting. It looks like we got a pretty good shot at some rain, maybe some severe thunderstorms to pop up over the weekend. So if anything pops up, we'll certainly let you know here on Extreme Sports. So, again, we had a conversation with Jim Sliker from the Nebraska Thoroughbred Racing Network earlier today. If you'd like to listen to his picks for the weekend, you can download the podcast on one of our social media sites. Listen to the show again. Had comments from Husker head coach Rhonda Ravel, Ava Kuzik, and Jordy Prom, Nebraska softball players, following their win last night over Arkansas. Don't forget your NASCAR lineup. It's got to be in. It's got to be in by tomorrow.
Noted. Nashville. I don't even know I don't even know what that's like. So
Nashville.
I'll throw some darts at the wall. Pick Kyle Larson. He was on the show this week.
Yeah, he was on the show this week.
I'll pick Kyle Larson.
He said he's going to get his program figured out.
He got the words of encouragement, the kick in the ass from Mike Will. Hey, you're having a crappy season.
Yeah, you haven't won for a year.
Way to remind him.
With your team. So he said he was going to get it together. So yeah, Kyle Larson might be a pick. So anyway, we'll get together again on Monday morning with Huddle Up here on Extreme Sports. Have yourself a great weekend.
You've been listening to Huddle Up on Extreme Sports, Central Nebraska's new home for sports. Join us every weekday morning from 7 until 8 on Extreme Sports.